Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all in the episode of Running With You. And tonight I'm going to run it with y'all about something that's been on my mind. Now, I might be called a pander. I might be called a simp. I might be called a lot of things, but I'm going to go ahead on and give into my opinion on men dating women with kids. Should men stay away from women with kids, single mothers? Is it a huge red flag? Is it something that's, you know, uh, heavily put you at risk? I would think no. I don't think a man, will be that much at risk, and it's a huge red flag to date a single mother. I think if you like a woman and y'all getting to know each other and y'all dating and y'all going through the vet cycle, as long as y'all compromise on things, as long as y'all uh attracted to one another and be able to roll with one another, understand one another, and learn one another, and y'all have, you know, certain boundaries, I think a relationship can work. Now, a lot of men will feel like dating a woman with a kid is, counterproductive. You're gonna be giving your resources to a kid that's not even yours. You're not gonna be able to have authority with the kid because you're gonna have no discipline over the kid because it's not your kid, and no authority with no discipline is basically slavery. You playing another man's saved game. Like, and you hear all these things, and especially coming from the red pill. But I do believe that in the real world, not on the internet, this is happening every single day. Men are getting with women with a kid and falling in love, and the relationship is working. Whether she has a kid or not, it's gonna always be a gamble. Will it be more of a gamble with more kids? That's up to the man and what he can handle. For example, I'm a man, I have one kid. I would date a woman who has one kid, but I wouldn't be willing to date a woman with five kids because I can't handle that. Now, if I was a man that can handle five kids, then I'd probably be open to it. But me personally, even if I could handle it, financial wise and uh, mentally wise, I still probably think five would be too much for me. For me, it all depends on the guy. All this is opinionated. None of this is fact. And in everyday life, people are meeting people and getting with people and compromising for something. You know, you're not going to get a perfect girlfriend. You're not going to get a perfect wife. You're not going to get a girl that's going to just bow down to you and be submissive and have your food cooked the moment you hit the door. You're not going to get a girl who's going to have a good day and, you know, uh, not talk back to you. Like all this stuff, all this stuff, people know boundaries. People should know respect. People should know the difference between right and wrong. You're gonna compromise in something, some form, some fashion, you know. And if your boundaries is no kids, then that's your opinion, all this is opinionated. There's no right or wrong. Uh is no what I want. What's the word I'm looking for? It's no sure thing. Everything is a crapshoot, you know. And when it comes to the kid might not be the bad problem. You still gonna have to deal with the woman. You know, she might have a cool ass kid. But at the end of the day, you still gonna have to compromise some way somehow. Because even if she didn't have the kid, you're still gonna have to deal with her. You know, it can all be a risk. You could deal with a woman, y'all, she don't have a kid, y'all could get married, she could divorce you and get you for everything you got. Life is about choices and consequences, and you're gonna have to make some sacrifices, you're gonna have to make some compromises, and you're gonna have to take some risks. But in the real world, not on the internet, in the real world, people are getting with people with kids every day, and that's the love of their life. And you know what? A lot of these guys that's telling you don't mess with a woman with kids in the real world, if they met a perfect person and she had a kid, they will get with her. They probably backtrack what they said and probably, Like when you're dating somebody and you're getting to know them and you're vetting him and feelings start to come, you can't choose who you fall in love with. You could miss out on a dope relationship and a dope person, if you don't get out that mindset. Now everybody have their own deal breakers. Everybody have their own deal breakers. So I'm not knocking you if your deal breakers is no kids. Like my deal breakers is smoking. I can't get with a woman who smoke. I could possibly miss out on the love of my life just because I don't want to get with a woman who smoke. So what I'm saying is all this is subjective and it depends on the man. Me, I got a kid, so I would take a woman with a kid, especially at my age. I'm 36. Just made 36 by the way. But the older you get, the more you're gonna meet people of age with you who's likely gonna have the kid anyway. Unless you just one of these people who's 30, 40 years old trying to date 20, 21-year olds. And that's just your baseline age range. Me personally, I can't date no 21-year-old. I think they say 7 years is a good number. So by me being 36, I wouldn't mind dating someone who's 28, 29. No, like that's my ballpark range. And if I'm dating a 28, 29-year-old, it's likely that she's gonna have a kid. A lot of men, they was raised in a single mother household and they love their mama. They feel like their mama is a good woman. So if they feel like their mama is a good woman, their mama deserve to be in a relationship with another man. If their mom is single. So the woman who out here with a kid that was in a previous relationship that didn't work out, even if it was a real relationship, the woman out here with a kid, they don't ever deserve to have another chance at a relationship. The same men who will say that they'll have a single mama. So that means their mama got to go the rest of their life being single. With that logic, their sister got a kid. Do their sister have to be single for the rest of her life with that logic? And they'll say, "Oh, well, just get back with the baby daddy." The baby daddy probably either passed away in jail or he probably moved on, and they probably went their separate ways respectfully. And it was probably a mutual thing for them to move on because it just ain't gonna work out. And certain people, things might not work out with their relationship, but once they move on to that next person, they would have learned and they would have healed and have a better understanding of themselves and know what they could tolerate, what not could tolerate, and when they could set their boundaries for the next relationship to be healthy and be something. Because sometimes when you a cheater or you an abuser or something like that, and you try to make it work with that person, it just probably ain't gonna work out. But for the next person, you probably overcame your struggles and you know what not to deal with and you know what not to do. You know, but a lot of people they have these you know uh perspectives and things of that nature, but a lot of them be hypocrites because if they met that person, you can't tell me if you met a girl and she has a 7-year old and her dad passed, the 7-year old dad passed, you would just not get with this woman just because she has a kid. There's a lot of blended families right now who's thriving, met the love of their life. And like I say, man, now if you think the kid will be a burden to you, like I say, that depends on the man and what he can handle financially and mentally, you know. But if you think you can handle it and you feel like the woman is worth it, that's all that matters. Now, if the woman ain't meant for you, then whether she has a kid or not, I would recommend not getting into a relationship. And that's only affecting the kid as well, just having multiple different men around the kid. But I recommend not getting in a relationship if it's just a woman that you vetted out and you just seeing too many red flags, nah. But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Is it am I simping? Am I pandering? Like, let me know in the comment section. Should a woman should a men leave women completely alone to have kids and never date them? Let me know what y'all think. If y'all like the video, go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on subscribe if you're not subscribed. Until then, I'm out.